With the latest news just received on my phone, Leandro Trossard leaves Arsenal. It's an important news because Leandro Trossard has been a very good player for Arsenal. Always there, never seriously injured, always very serious, never creating a problem, super professional, scoring goals, delivering assists. We can only say positive things about Leandro Trossard, and now it's over between Arsenal and Trossard because he's going to get a big salary contract until June 2030 at Beşiktaş. Marissa, here we go. The deal has been approved by the player, was agreed Arsenal-Beşiktaş a few days ago. 18 million euros plus 2 add-ons for Arsenal. The beginning of new backup winger, Christos Tzolis from Bruges, is a name for sure on the shortlist. The player is waiting for Arsenal. There was contact in June, and now Tzolis is waiting to understand if Arsenal will proceed or not. Then on the other side, the top winger, Arsenal will sign a top winger. And on the other side, the top winger, Arsenal will sign a top winger, and Morgan Rogers remains a name for sure on top of their shortlist, waiting to understand what's going to happen with Aston Villa, starting at £130 million.
Hello Gunners, welcome back to Arsenal Daily Talk, your number one destination for the latest Arsenal transfer news, breaking updates, match analysis and everything happening at the Emirates. If you love Arsenal as much as we do, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and let's dive straight into today's massive Arsenal news. Come on you Gunners! Gunners, today is a huge day because we have a blockbuster transfer update that could completely reshape Arsenal's attack. In today's video, we'll break down the latest reports linking Leandro Trossard with a move to Beşiktaş, discuss why Mikel Arteta may be prepared to let one of Arsenal's most reliable attackers leave, and analyse whether this is the right decision for the club. We'll also take a deep dive into Christos Tzolis, the exciting Greek winger now being linked as a potential replacement. We'll explore his background, his journey to becoming one of Europe's most exciting young attackers, his strengths, weaknesses, playing style, transfer value, and whether he has what it takes to succeed in the Premier League. But that's not all. We'll also analyse Morgan Rogers, one of England's brightest young stars. We'll discuss why Arsenal admire him, what makes him so special, whether Aston Villa would even consider selling him, how much he could cost, and whether he would be worth such a massive investment. Later in the video, we'll compare Christos Tzolis and Morgan Rogers side by side, looking at their pace, creativity, finishing, versatility, work rate, age, experience, market value, and long-term potential to answer one big question: who would be the smarter signing for Arsenal? We'll also examine how Arsenal's starting 11 could change without Leandro Trossard, what this means for the Premier League title race, how Arteta's tactical system could evolve next season, and whether selling Trossard is a brilliant long-term strategy or a gamble that could backfire. So make sure you stay with us until the very end because this story has huge implications for Arsenal's future and there are several twists you won't want to miss. Now, without wasting another second, let's get straight into today's breaking Arsenal news. Leandro Trossard, the end of an era? So Gunners, let's begin with the biggest story of the day, Leandro Trossard's reported move to Beşiktaş. While we're still waiting for official confirmation from the clubs, multiple reports suggest that Beşiktaş have made significant progress in negotiations and Arsenal are open to letting the Belgian international leave if the right offer arrives. For many Arsenal fans, this news is difficult to accept. Trossard wasn't just another squad player, he became one of Mikel Arteta's most trusted attacking options because he consistently stepped up when the team needed him most. Whether he started the match or came off the bench, he always looked ready to make an impact. When Arsenal signed Trossard from Brighton in January 2023, some supporters questioned whether he was the right choice. Arsenal had been chasing Mykhailo Mudryk, but after that deal collapsed, the club quickly moved for Trossard. Looking back today, that decision proved to be one of Arsenal's smartest transfers in recent years. Before joining Arsenal, Trossard built an impressive reputation in Belgium with Genk, before moving to Brighton in the Premier League. Under Graham Potter and later Roberto De Zerbi, he developed into one of the league's most technically gifted forwards. His close control, intelligent movement and calm finishing made him a constant threat against top defenders. Those qualities convinced Mikel Arteta that he could become an important part of Arsenal's project, and he certainly delivered. Trossard scored crucial goals, created countless chances, and formed excellent partnerships with players such as Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, and Kai Havertz. His ability to play across the front three gave Arteta valuable tactical flexibility throughout long and demanding seasons. One of Trossard's greatest strengths is his football intelligence. He doesn't rely only on speed or physical strength. Instead, he uses clever movement, quick decision-making, and excellent positioning to create space for himself and his teammates. That's one reason why managers have always trusted him. Another major strength is his composure in front of goal. Even under pressure, Trossard rarely panics. He has scored important goals with both feet, can finish from difficult angles, and has often rescued Arsenal in tight matches. His work rate also deserves recognition. Modern football demands attackers who defend as well as attack, and Trossard has always been willing to press opponents, track back, and help the team without complaining. So why would Arsenal consider selling such a valuable player? The answer may be simple. Football is always evolving. Mikel Arteta is building a squad capable of winning the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League. That means constantly refreshing the team with younger players who can develop over the next 5 or 6 years. If Arsenal receive a strong transfer fee for a player entering his 30s, the club may believe it is the right business decision. That doesn't mean Trossard has failed. Quite the opposite. Sometimes a player leaves because both the club and the player feel it is the right moment for a new challenge. For Trossard, Beşiktaş could offer something Arsenal cannot guarantee: regular starts every week and the chance to become one of the team's biggest stars. For Arsenal, the money received could be reinvested into signing younger attacking talent with long-term potential. This is where the story becomes even more exciting. Reports suggest Arsenal are already looking at replacements, and one of the most talked about names is Christos Tzolis. But who exactly is Christos Tzolis? Can he really replace one of Arsenal's most reliable attackers? Does he possess the quality, mentality, and technical ability to thrive under Mikel Arteta? In the next part, we'll take an in-depth look at Christos Tzolis, his career journey, playing style, strengths, weaknesses, transfer value, and whether he could become Arsenal's next breakthrough signing. Don't go anywhere, because this is where the transfer story gets even more interesting. Christos Tzolis, Arsenal's next hidden gem? Now, Gunners, let's turn our attention to one of the most exciting names being linked with Arsenal, Christos Tzolis. If you haven't watched him regularly, don't worry, because today we're going to break down exactly who he is, where he came from, what makes him special, and whether he has what it takes to succeed under Mikel Arteta. Christos Tzolis is a Greek international who has steadily built a reputation as one of Europe's most exciting attacking players. He first attracted attention at PAOK in Greece, where his fearless dribbling, eye for goal, and confidence on the ball made him one of the country's brightest young talents. His performances earned him a move abroad, and although his journey wasn't always straightforward, he never stopped developing. Instead of giving up after difficult moments, Tzolis continued working hard, improving his game and proving that he belonged at the highest level. That mentality is something Arsenal value highly. Mikel Arteta doesn't only look for talented players. He wants footballers with determination, discipline, and the desire to improve every single day. From everything we've seen in Tzolis' career, he fits that profile. So what kind of player is he? Tzolis is primarily a left winger, but he is comfortable playing on the right or even in more central attacking positions. His versatility would give Arteta another valuable option across the front line. His biggest strength is his direct attacking style. Whenever he receives the ball, his first instinct is to attack defenders. He isn't afraid to take players on in 1-versus-1 situations, and that's exactly the kind of bravery Arsenal fans love to see. He's also a strong finisher. Whether cutting inside onto his stronger foot or arriving late in the penalty area, Tzolis has shown that he knows how to score goals. Another impressive quality is his creativity. He doesn't only think about finishing chances himself, he also looks to create opportunities for teammates with clever passes, crosses, and quick combinations around the box. His movement without the ball is another important asset. He constantly looks for space behind defenders, making intelligent runs that stretch opposition backlines and create room for teammates like Martin Ødegaard and Bukayo Saka. Imagine Tzolis linking up with Ødegaard, Saka, Declan Rice and Kai Havertz in Arsenal's attacking system. His pace and willingness to attack defenders could add another dimension to an already dangerous forward line. One of the biggest reasons Arsenal may be interested is financial value. Compared to many elite Premier League attackers, Tzolis would likely cost significantly less. That means Arsenal could strengthen their squad while still leaving room in the budget to invest in other key positions. In today's transfer market, finding quality at a reasonable price is incredibly important. Every club wants world-class players, but spending wisely is often what separates successful projects from unsuccessful ones. Of course, there are still questions. The Premier League is one of the most demanding leagues. Every week brings physical battles, high intensity, and relentless pressure. Can Tzolis adapt quickly? Can he consistently perform against England's best defenders? However, Arsenal's recruitment team has earned enormous trust over recent years. Their recent signings have generally improved the squad, so if they believe Tzolis has the quality to succeed, supporters have every reason to be optimistic. If Trossard leaves, Arsenal won't simply be looking for someone to replace his goals. They'll be searching for a player who can grow with the team over the next several seasons. Tzolis certainly appears to have the talent, ambition and potential to become exactly that player. But there is another name Arsenal continue to admire, one that could cost far more money but has already proven himself in English football. That player is Morgan Rogers. Could Arsenal decide to spend big instead of taking a more affordable route? In the next part, we'll analyse Morgan Rogers in detail, his background, strengths, market value, and whether he is worth the huge transfer fee being discussed. Trust me, you won't want to miss that comparison. Morgan Rogers. The dream signing or an expensive gamble? Now, Gunners, let's talk about the player many Arsenal supporters are dreaming of, Morgan Rogers. If Christos Tzolis represents the smart, cost-effective option, then Morgan Rogers represents the blockbuster signing. The question is he worth the enormous price tag? Rogers' football journey is an inspiring one. Born in England, he developed through the youth system at West Bromwich Albion before joining Manchester City's academy, where he refined his technical skills alongside some of England's best young talents. Although breaking into Manchester City's first team proved difficult because of the incredible competition, Rogers never gave up. Loan spells helped him gain valuable experience before he eventually moved permanently to Middlesbrough, where he began to show his true potential. His outstanding performances earned him a move to Aston Villa, and under Unai Emery he has developed into one of the Premier League's most exciting young attackers. So why do Arsenal admire him so much? First, his physical presence. Standing tall with excellent strength and pace, Rogers is capable of overpowering defenders while still possessing the technical ability to beat players in one-on-one situations. He combines power with skill, making him extremely difficult to stop. Second, his versatility. Like Trossard, Rogers can play in several attacking positions. He can operate on the left wing, the right wing, as an attacking midfielder, or even behind the main striker. That flexibility is exactly what Mikel Arteta looks for in his attacking players. Third, his ball-carrying ability. One of Rogers' greatest strengths is driving forward with the ball. He can carry possession over long distances, break defensive lines, and force defenders to retreat. Arsenal sometimes struggle against teams that defend deep, and Rogers' ability to progress the ball could be a major weapon. He's also improving his end product. With more goals and assists in recent seasons, Rogers is becoming a complete attacking player rather than just an exciting dribbler. At only a young age, there is still plenty of room for him to develop even further. Perhaps most importantly, Rogers already understands the demands of the Premier League. Unlike many overseas signings, he would not need months to adapt to English football. He has already shown he can compete against elite defenders every week, which reduces the risk that often comes with expensive transfers. However, there is one major obstacle: the transfer fee. Aston Villa are under no pressure to sell one of their brightest stars. If Arsenal want Rodgers, they may have to spend a huge amount of money, possibly far more than they would for Christos Tzolis. That creates an important question. Should Arsenal spend heavily on one proven Premier League star, or should they invest more wisely by signing a younger, less expensive player while strengthening other areas of the squad as well? This is exactly the kind of decision sporting director Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta must make. There are strong arguments on both sides. Rodgers offers Premier League experience, outstanding athleticism, versatility, and enormous long-term potential. Tzolis offers creativity, direct attacking play, exciting upside, and likely a much lower transfer cost. Neither choice is simple. If Arsenal truly believe Rodgers can become one of the best attacking players in England over the next 5 years, paying a premium today could prove worthwhile in the long run. But if they feel Tzolis can develop into a similar player for a fraction of the price, then signing the Greek international would represent excellent business. One thing is certain. Arsenal are not standing still. The club's ambition is clear. They want to build a squad capable of winning the Premier League and finally bringing the UEFA Champions League trophy to the Emirates Stadium. The coming weeks could define Arsenal's summer transfer window. So Gunners, here's the big question for you. If Leandro Trossard leaves, who would you choose? Morgan Rodgers or Christos Tzolis? Let us know your opinion in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed today's in-depth analysis, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Arsenal Daily Talk, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Arsenal transfer news, breaking updates, and exclusive analysis. Until next time, come on you Gunners. Tzolis versus Morgan Rodgers. Which player should Arsenal sign? Now, Gunners, this is the biggest debate of all. If Leandro Trossard completes his move to Beşiktaş, Arsenal will have to make a crucial decision. Do they invest in the more affordable Christos Tzolis, or do they spend big to bring Morgan Rodgers to the Emirates? Let's compare the two players. First, age and potential. Both players are young enough to improve significantly over the next few years. That fits perfectly with Mikel Arteta's philosophy of building a team that can compete together for many seasons, rather than relying on short-term solutions. Next is Premier League experience. This is where Morgan Rodgers has the advantage. Week after week, he has faced some of the world's best defenders. He already understands the intensity, speed and physical demands of English football. That means he would likely adapt to Arsenal much faster. Christos Tzolis, meanwhile, would need time to settle into the Premier League. Although his talent is obvious, moving to England is never easy. The pace of the game is much quicker, and every match is a challenge. Now let's look at dribbling ability. Both players love taking on defenders. Tzolis is direct, fearless, and always looks to attack the fullback. His quick feet and sharp changes of direction make him dangerous in one-on-one situations. Morgan Rodgers is different. He combines dribbling with power. He can shield the ball, burst past defenders, and carry possession over long distances. His physical strength gives him an advantage against bigger defenders. When it comes to creativity, both players have plenty to offer. Tzolis is excellent at finding clever passes in tight spaces and delivering dangerous crosses into the penalty area. Rodgers prefers driving forward with the ball before creating chances through intelligent movement and combination play. What about goal scoring? Both players have shown they can finish calmly, but Rodgers has already demonstrated he can score against Premier League opposition. That experience gives him a slight edge. Now let's discuss something every football club must consider: money. If Arsenal sign Christos Tzolis, the transfer fee would likely be significantly lower than what Aston Villa would demand for Morgan Rodgers. That difference could allow Arsenal to strengthen other positions as well, both defender or striker, without exceeding their transfer budget. On the other hand, signing Rodgers would be a statement to the rest of the Premier League. It would show Arsenal are willing to invest heavily in proven quality to challenge for the biggest trophies. So which option makes more sense? If Arsenal's priority is getting immediate Premier League experience, Morgan Rodgers is probably the stronger choice. If the priority is finding outstanding value while developing another young star, Christos Tzolis could be the smarter investment. Ultimately, the decision belongs to Mikel Arteta Andrea Berta, and Arsenal's recruitment team. They will study every detail, from statistics and medical reports to personality, mentality, tactical fit, and long-term development, before making a final decision. One thing is certain: if Leandro Trossard leaves, Arsenal cannot afford to make the wrong choice. Replacing a player who has delivered important goals, assists, and unforgettable moments will not be easy. The next few weeks could define Arsenal's entire season. Will Arsenal complete one of the most exciting attacking signings of the summer, or will there be another surprise target waiting in the background? We'll be following every update right here on Arsenal Daily Talk. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Share this video with your fellow Gunners and let us know in the comments who should replace Leandro Trossard, Christos Tzolis, or Morgan Rogers. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and as always, come on you Gunners! Before we wrap up, remember that this transfer story is still developing, and we'll bring you every confirmed update as soon as it happens. Whether Arsenal choose Christos Tzolis, make a blockbuster move for Morgan Rogers, or surprise everyone with another target, this could be one of the biggest decisions of the summer. If you enjoyed today's in-depth analysis, please hit the like button, subscribe to Arsenal Daily Talk, and turn on notifications so you never miss another breaking Arsenal transfer update. Share your thoughts in the comments. Should Arsenal sell Leandro Trossard, and who would you sign to replace him? Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, come on you Gunners!